Dinesh D'Souza's new film, made in collaboration with Jonathan Kahn, is called The Dragon's Prophecy, and it's coming to U.S. theaters. It examines the events of October 7th and how the world look away from the video evidence Hamas produced about their own atrocities. Dinesh explained more about that and the context for the attack in a recent conversation. Dinesh D'Souza, thanks for joining us. You have a film coming out in just a couple of weeks. Tell us about it.
It's called The Dragon's Prophecy. It comes out right around October 7th. It'll be in theaters for a couple of days and then available in streaming and DVD. And the film is about October 7th. It's about Israel, radical Islam, Hamas, biblical archaeology, and a hint of biblical prophecy. So it's an attempt to give a kind of new light on what's going on in the world, but do it through the lens of the Bible. It's based on Jonathan Kahn's best-selling book of that name, The Dragon's Prophecy. And the idea here is that the war between Israel and the Palestinians is an eerie replay, almost a resurrection, of some of the ancient battles that the Jews, the Israelites, fought against their traditional enemies, including the Philistines. In this way, we suggest that October 7th wasn't just a terrorist episode. It wasn't even just an historic event. It was a biblical event.
Talk about how you get people to realize exactly what happened on October 7th.
October 7th, what is to me shocking is that most people have not seen the footage of October 7th, and this is not because it doesn't exist. In fact, most of that footage was taken by Hamas, and some of it was broadcast on Hamas channels or through WhatsApp and online, live streamed, some of it live streamed. So we collected all this footage. Now, the government of Israel never released it. The government of Israel thought, let's bring in some journalists from the BBC and Sky News.
I was one of those.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I think that they were hoping that the journalists would then put the message out. But in many cases, as you know, the journalists are aggressively hostile to Israel. So I don't think that strategy worked. So what we decided was, look, we have this footage. Let us put it into a very riveting opening 10 minutes. Part of the strength of my films, my earlier film, 2,000 Mules, I try to put you right there in the voting booth or at the mail-in drop boxes in the 2020 election. Similarly here, I want you to be there on October 7th so you can almost see these guys coming across the fences. You can see the guns. You can see what it looks like and what it feels like. And so it's a little raw, and we have a kind of a graphic warning on the film, but I think it's very important for people to sort of see and experience in a way that only a movie can show you the actual truth of October 7th.
Yeah. How do you attack this idea that Palestine shall be free from the river to the sea?
Well, first of all, the phrase "from the river to the sea" is a biblical phrase. It is an echo of God's promise to Abraham to have land from the river to the sea. Now, the river in the Bible is the Euphrates River, but to the sea is the Mediterranean Sea. So what you have here in this slogan, this political slogan of today, "from the river to the sea," is a kind of perverse twist or inversion of this biblical promise. In a way, it calls for the elimination of the state of Israel. Now, when I think about it, I say to myself, how do people get the title deeds to a country, any land? I'm from India originally. How do you know India belongs to the Indians? Well, there are three ways you get a country. The first is you've been there from the beginning. The second way is you get it through negotiation. The third way is you get it through conquest. Now, in some countries, the argument can go either way. So the Native Americans were there first in the United States. They have the claim of being the original inhabitants, but you could say that they had wars with each other, taking the land. The white man took it from them. So the Native Americans have it from ancient occupation, and the white man has it from conquest. But now apply this to Israel. The Jews were here first. This is their native land. They got it by negotiation from the UN right after World War II. And they have won every war, 1948, 1967, 1973. So my point is, in the case of Israel, Israel checks all the three boxes. There's no doubt that this land belongs to the Jews.
And how can people find out about the film?
So the film is The Dragon's Prophecy. By the way, the title refers to a passage in the book of Revelation where the dragon, the devil, attacks a woman. The woman represents Israel. And so this prophecy is unfurled in a beautiful way. The website for the film, thedragonsprophecyfilm.com. And you can sign up for movie tickets. You can order the streaming, DVDs, all of that. Thedragonsprophecyfilm.com.
Thanks for joining us, Dinesh.